Now we're going to start this off with round 1.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Begin. Huh? This is new Chimera with the new Diabelles, and we set 2 pass in to a Lightning Storm Maxi. Now we all know Tenpai does not really care about Maxi because they're going to do most of their special summoning within the battle phase, which means they're going to be completely immune to something like a top-decked Nibiru. And the deck's also quite resilient against something like an Impermanence. You imperm one of the Tenpais activating the Synchro Summon in the battle phase. They then chain the other Tenpai to dodge the negate. Well, Ash can be quite good here if we activate Genroku. Genroku's going to want to summon from the deck, and even under the Sengen summoning, it is not protecting it from the Ash Blossom. Now, the big problem is the Transcendent Dragon going to the battle phase just like that. You cannot even Ash this at the start of the damage step, even if there wasn't a Transcendent Dragon as a Reborn. And then we're going to, still within the damage step, activate the Pydra, which you would not be able to Ash either, even without the Transcendent, because you cannot Ash in the damage step. Now you'd be thinking you could then Ash the Kaiman. That is when a good Tenpai player will ensure that they have Transcendent or a Meteor Burst Dragon before activating that Kaiman. If you're a Tenpai player and your Kaiman in the battle phase ever gets Ash Blossomed, you very likely screwed it up. We forced Tenpai to go first. Even though we were discussing the potential of having a Diabelles on our very first turn, now there are some whisperings of summoning Dragoon on turn 1 with your Tenpai deck. Now, I do not think that is a good way to play Tenpai. I think it's so much more better to have cards like Imperm and Droplet instead of having Red Eyes Fusion, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Darkness Metal in your deck, a bunch of bricks and garnets. Not cool. Well, I don't think they're garnets. The Red Eyes Fusion could use your hand. Alrighty. Just like that, the standard way. This is the play. And in addition to the Hermetic Seal spinning back a card, we also have Veiler, Imperm, and Droplet. We got triple disruption on top of the 4th disruption. What can we do to break this field? We're going to Frightfur Patchwork. What's important to note about this play is that they are about to summon something that will be untargetable. Veiler, we can chain Chimera Fusion to dodge it, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we have to now think, is it worth it to summon something like a Chimera Guardian, which is going to be targetable because the polymerization's not engraved? Let's find out. Imperm also negating the Gazelle. What the hell? Negate. Just like that, mate. Now, if you really wanted to stop them from summoning the Guardian Chimera, you would on the lower chain link Hermetic Seal to spin it back, and then on the higher chain link Imperm. So Imperm will still negate the monster in the field if you really want to stop that effect, and then after being negated, it gets spun back, it is still negated, and no Guardian Chimera play, which is possibly coming out. No, we're actually not going to summon that yet. We're going into the Baphomet. We do want to, with the regular polymerization, summon the Guardian Chimera to make it untargetable. Now, Baphomet's going to send from the deck to the graveyard as the Gazelle searches for an illusion monster. We may see Diabelles be added to the hand or be sent to the grave right here, as we also search for a Frightfur Patchwork. Please, Diabelles. What? The Master Tau? Reborn. There you go. If we get the Master Tau into the graveyard, the Diabelles will be reborn. Are you ready? I am ready. Nightmare Apprentice is now here, activating to search our deck for our Mirror Sword Knight. We already committed to the normal summon. We're going to add back the Chimera Fusion. And now this is the Guardian Chimera play, completely untargetable. But there's a Droplet. Droplet is going to non-target, negate the untargetable Guardian Chimera, as the Master Tau now reborns the Diabelles. Droplet, negate the Guardian Chimera mate. Now, the Diabelles, we can set our own card and then trigger her effect to pop a card on the field. Otherwise, the opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards unless they set them first. So Impermanence not activatable. At the start of the battle phase, we're going to spin back that Guardian Chimera. I do believe the Master Tau is forcing the Diabelles into defense, but she will be forced into attack position to attack into a Transcendent Dragon, as we're likely going to be summoning that right here, right now, but she cannot be destroyed by battle. It states that, wait, she can, right? Yeah, she doesn't have the Illusion Battle Protection. Uh-oh. Forcing her into it. Yeah, they didn't have enough room on her effect to make her indestructible. Forcing her to swing in into Transcendent Dragon and rip to the Diabelles. What do you have from there? We don't have more than one monster to fuse with. and we're desperate with the Super Polymerization, which we can fuse them together. Just like that, let's fuse them up. Send to the grave, fuse them into a Garura. Now, the Sangan summoning with no card in the hand, it's no good. We have nothing to discard, so we can't just add then make plays off of that. We have to be very careful, though. With the Transcendent Dragon in the graveyard, if we declare 3 attacks, it will reborn from the graveyard, force all our other monsters to attack into it, and it will non-target destroy a card on the field. So within 3, and it's on the 3rd attack. It's not 3rd attack goes through and deals damage. On the 3rd attack, it will reborn. Can we lethal within 2 attacks or have some sort of out to the Transcendent Dragon? Let's find out. As we summon our Nightmare Apprentice, search in our deck for the sword. We have not committed to our normal summon yet. Add back the Chimera Fusion, summon the sword, sword jump off, summon from the deck our Baphomet. Scooping it! You got Transcendent Dragon in the grave! You're not gonna even try? All right, game number 3. Kodal, discard, search our deck for the Gazelle. Gazelle on summon, search our deck for Veil or Negate, just like that, mate, and we got blown out. What the heck? Dude, that's it for our plays. We have sent Azure Rune and pass. We could not even make the brand new Silhouette Rabbit, mate. What the? Lightning Storm. We're going to Azure Room, special summon itself onto the field, chain Maxi, draw for that, and still get wiped out by the Lightning Storm. We got Dora the Explorer, Ash Blossom Negate, the search for what? What do you search with this? You search for a Chundra that's already in the hand. Gotcha. And now that's it. The end. Hydra, add Kaiman. Let's get killing ourselves. Let's swing in. You would want to make something like a Meteor Burst here before activating the Kaiman to play around in Ash if they didn't already use an Ash within this turn. Hydra, added, then special, then reborn. Very well done. We didn't get to Silhouette Rabbit. We did not get to Diabells. Let's move on to the next match. Ooh, we have White Forest with Centurion. Astalar is going to be discarding a spell or trap to special summon a Light Spellcaster Tuner from the deck as we use our Call by the Grave to finger the Maxi Negates. They also changed the Call by the Grave icon. It's no longer putting the thing in the person's mouth. Come forth as we summon from the deck our Sylvie. Sylvie is here searching for our Tales of the White Forest as we now synchro this up into Rasila. Rasila is going to be discarding a spell or trap to search our deck. Ash Blossom is going to negate. The Tails will trigger in the Grave Mate to set itself back onto the field. We have already committed to our normal summon, but the Elzette could special summon herself by sending the Tales of the White Forest to the grave. We also have the Estelar, when a card is sent to the grave to activate a monster effect, reborn itself from the grave, to now Shokan into our Diabell Queen, which will return a spell or trap card in the grave back to our hand. Wake Up Centurion is here. As we now Elzette, send to the grave Tails, summon from the hand, search our deck for Rusia. Rusia is going to special summon for controlling White Forest. As we now turn this into Auxilla. Auxilla is here, searching our deck for Stand-Up Centurion. Set up the Stand-Up Centurion as we then set up into the back row by discarding a card, our Trudea. Trudea summoning itself from the back row here, setting up the Primera summon. And are we passing on the effect? No, we're not. Why would we want it? We would not even do that, right? Add a Phalanx from the deck as we now Wake Up Centurion. Special summon level 8. If you want context, he just donated saying that he actually made a mistake passing a Primera in another duel. Maybe not this one. As we now have the Crimson Dragon, which will copy the level 12 to make a level 12 synchro. What will that be? It'll be a Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Cosmic Blazar searching for the Synchro Rumble, also with the effect of the Crimson Dragon to reborn our tuners from the grave. As we now make the Muddy Mood Dragon Dragoon turn 1. Let's do it. Yes, Muddy Mood Dragon into the Albion. Fuse with the graveyard. This does not work in solo mode. It's bugged right now, but correctly in PvP, we have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Holy moly. We'll talk about how can we even out this. The Auxilla is going to add back the Primera. Let's talk about the disruptions we have. Cosmic Blazar will negate a summon. It will negate anything. We then have Dragoon, which is an Omni Negate. And in addition to it being an Omni Negate, cannot be destroyed by card effects, cannot be targeted by card effects. We also have the Phalanx. Phalanx will banish a monster temporarily and then special summon it back on the field during the next standby. That is triple disruption, plus the Primera and Trudea will turn into a fourth form of disruption with whatever synchro we decide to turn that into. Let's go. Runic Smiting Storm. We're going to chain Primera, which is only activatable in the main phase, which means you would maybe want to potentially activate your cards within the draw phase to play around their main phase effects. Instead, we're going to chain Forbidden Droplet, ensuring that the Cosmic Blazard nor the Dragoon will be able to activate, as we are going to be not targeting, but affecting them by sending a monster so they can't respond. Non-target, negate, negate. So our 4 disruptions now down to 2. 2 disruption left. We got Gary here. A good idea with Gary is go to the battle phase. Runic makes you skip your battle phase. If you instead enter the battle phase, summon Gary in attack position, you can at least on your very first turn go in second as a Runic player, get swinging to pop some cards in the field. Let's see what the Primera and Trudea do here. Summon from the back row, come forth, add back the Alzette, search for a wake up, stand up Centurion, and now we're going to synchro into Legatia. Legatia destroys, and the Gary cannot be destroyed. Do you still draw, though? Yes, you draw first, and then you try to destroy. So we lose our disruption. What is this? Typhon. Typhon is plan D. We lose, right? Yep, Phalanx, banish it off the field. We have 0 disruption left, but that's all we need. There you go. That was game 3. Let's hop on another match. We're going to start off with the Torn Scales. Discard a card to send a Phantom Knight from the deck to the grave. We're now going to set up with the King Sark. King Sark is going to be discarding the Crescendo, send from the deck, and I'm Seti. As the Cloak now banishes from the grave to search our deck for nothing. Normally we would be searching for a Boots, a special summon, to make a Link 2 play at least with, and then search for the Fogblade Monster Negate. So that was a pretty good negate. As we now I'm Seti Reborn, discard the Ash, send a Horus, reborn the Horus. What we could have done first before committing with the Cloak is make a rank 8 Xyz into the Galaxy that would have negated the Ash Blossom. Instead, we're making a Zombie Vampire, which will now get Veilered. Zombie Vampire, mill 4 cards from both players. Now, the Nightmare Mermaid is a Link 2 play, but you need a card to discard. So what do? It means we can't go into it. We can't go Phoenix and a Nightmare Mermaid. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. We're going to be linking off into a Little Knight. Little Knight, not ideal, obviously. That is, yeah, that's bad. Ending on Little Knight pass. Let's see what Yubel could do, as we are going to hard summon our Phantom of Yubel to protect our Samsara D Lotus. There is a Fairy Tale Snow, though. Fairy Tale Snow activating, banishing 7 cards to summon. We're going to be using our Phantom of Yubel to negate the Fairy Tale Snow, as we then chain the Little Knight to banish the D Lotus before it activates. We can now triple Tactics Talent. The problem is we already committed to our normal summon. Drawing into a Dark Beckoning Beast or a D Lotus would not be a good deal. There's another D Lotus, but we do have the Grave Squirmer. Oh, perfect, so perfect. It's going to be able to reborn the D Lotus from the graveyard or summon the one from the hand. You know it, I know it, he knows it. We scoop in. That's exactly what we needed. That was game 3. Sorry, Orcus has been knocked out. Let's watch another one.